See, I waited for you this time.
I was hoping you were going to wait because I was going to get really not there for a second. I was about to be like, this is not going to go well.
Welcome back to the Pals podcast. I'm your co-host, Ricky Liordi.
And I'm Danielle Galarno.
And Danny, what did we get up to this week?
We had a pretty fun weekend. Well, we'll start off before. You had a big wedding this weekend. That was a lot of fun, wasn't it?
Big wedding, GB2. We love you. One of my best friends got married. Actually, Danny knows him pretty well too, because Danny grew up with him in Richmond Hill, Thornhill, Richmond Hill, wherever that area is. But we had his wedding. It was a lot of fun. The only tough part about weddings, it's a full 15-hour day.
Well, especially when you're close to him. You were there from 8 a.m. until 1 a.m. That's a long day regardless of whether you're at a wedding, but you also have to include drinking. Then there's pictures and just socializing the whole time.
I know this is the breakfast too,
it's
right?
It's an exhausting day.
And it takes up a lot of mental capacity.
But it's
too.
fun.
It
and
is.
It's
At the end, it's always worth
happy.
it. And you look at the pictures that was so much fun.
Yeah.
And then we also we went out on Thursday. We had a good time, after post-work drinks on King West. Always
nice
a fun
weather.
Time.
Summer's back, so
it was good. What? And then the rest of the weekend, what'd you do?
I really relaxed.
Wow, I love that for you.
I took a day, did errands for myself, tried sleeping, woke up great on Sunday because on Sunday we had the Country Music Awards of Ontario.
Ooh, that's awkward. You got it wrong. Country Music Association of Ontario's award show. It's a tongue twister.
Oh my God.
The CMAOs. So we went to CMAOs. Me and Danny, we've been talking about doing a lot of different things. Or Danny and I, sorry. I've been talking about doing different things, and this was one of those different things.
Yeah, it was good. It was really cool. We got to sit in the media room, and then any of the award winners got to come backstage and talk to us if they were there, of course. But we had a lot of fun. We got to meet some really cool people, but we also got to see a lot of people who have already been on the podcast.
Yep.
So I know Ricky and George had actually interviewed a couple of them.
Nate Holler, Jade Eagleson.
Yeah, but some of them virtually.
Yeah,
so it was
Graham
nice
Scott
actually meeting
Fleming.
them in person.
Yeah, it was different though. It's definitely, I was saying this to someone today. I prefer long format podcasts. We can sit down with them and actually get into it, and it's not question answer. It's more of a conversation we can sit down and enjoy. Because this one, I was stressed. I was nervous. I would never be nervous around any of them on the podcast.
No, but we do need to make a bloopers of
how many times I said love it. Or
yeah,
just me holding my hand.
Oh my God, I love that for you.
Also, I had a wireless mic clipped to my shirt, so I wasn't holding anything, and I'm not.
And you're used to holding something.
And this is how I go. Usually legs crossed, hand up, something like that. But this one was odd. I didn't know what to do. I was just okay.
But we were pretty lucky. The room we were in was very small, and it was very loud. So it's also a new situation for us to be in because we're not used to just being in a studio, which is a quiet space. But it's definitely lessons learned for next time if we ever do this again.
Yeah, it was. And you know what? We appreciate the CMAOs for having us. It was a really cool thing for us. But just for us, we didn't know what to expect. We didn't know, are we going to be sitting down? Are we going to be standing up? Are we going to have space? Are we not going to have space? Are we going to be 8 of us in a little room? I think there was actually 4 of us in that room.
Well, yeah, it ended up coming, and we actually got a great spot with the
we
backdrop.
We got a good spot. Yeah,
we got a good spot. We got the actual step and repeat that they had there at the venue for their red carpets. They brought that into the room. They took their official pictures there, and then we kind of did a round table with the interviews, and we ended up getting the step and repeats
because we were only audio and video. Some of the people were. There was a journalist. Front porch was just audio
or social media.
Yeah, just social media. So we had a cool spot, and looking back, is there things I would have done differently? 100%. I would have been more prepared personally. I would have, maybe Googled the shit out of these people instead of kind of going with the flow. But I feel it's also
a couple things. I think you really stepped it up because I did not go and ask.
Yeah,
questions.
Why don't we talk about how Danny just froze yesterday? I just did.
But I knew this going in. I was
not expecting that.
So anxious.
No, I was expecting you to at least do the women.
See, but I thought it would have been opposite. Why do women have to do women and men have to do men?
Because a lot of time men are more comfortable talking to men, women are more comfortable talking to women.
Okay, but let's break that stigma.
So I'll do the women, you do the men next time.
And guess what? The women had no problem talking to you yesterday.
Because I had my cowboy hat on.
Oh, yeah, that's
Yeehaw. No, but we had a Francophone person. That could have been yours. The only problem, that was the first one.
It was the first one, and I was shitting my pants.
Yeah.
But it was really fun watching you.
I
actually had a blast watching you. Probably more fun than you actually had answering the question.
Yeah, because you could laugh at me.
And there's just certain things. I'm like, Ricky,
While we're editing this, I said, love it, or I love that for you, basically after every single answer. What do you say?
Okay, so
please tell me what you say after someone answers a question.
You're gonna listen and you're gonna hear it, but I cut out some of them a lot of the
I
times.
Appreciate that, Danny.
I got your back, not all of them.
Thank you.
Some of it had to flow and I just had to, but I did try to cut some out. What like, or if like, oh, okay.
I appreciate
I love it.
I appreciate that, Danny. So I guess Olivia, to give the listeners and you guys a rundown of what's going to happen. This is not your typical podcast. What we're going to do is we're going to give an intro to each person that we're going to talk to. Each clip is about 2 to 3 minutes. And then we'll do an outro to the next intro. So it'll be us, artists, us, artists, us, artists. We're going to see how this works. Hopefully we do some more of these. Like I know we're in talks with a couple other people, a couple other, I guess, festivals. And who knows, maybe we do this at like the Junos next year, or maybe we get to do this even on a little bit of a bigger scale, and it'd be pretty cool. So stick with us. If you liked it, let us know. If you thought the setup of this is weird, let us know. Obviously, all feedback is...
The pals went live.
Yeah.
The pals went live for the first time, and let us know what you think.
Do we say LFG on this, or like do we just kind of...
Well, no. Now we get to introduce our first artist that we interviewed. So this kind of like... We kind of do this out of order right now.
Yeah.
We're going to hear, but this is kind of just like the order that we've chosen to share it with you guys. So the first one would be Robyn Ottolini.
Yep.
She was actually a big winner yesterday. She won 2 awards. She won Female Singer of the Year for her song Say It. And then...
I think Songwriter of the Year.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was a big winner. She took home 2 awards. Super nice. Outfit was top notch. Really nice. She got an accent. She's actually performing with Shania Twain on tour coming up. She's actually running a contest right now that you could go see her in Montreal with Shania Twain, which super cool. And she's really climbing up the charts right now, especially in like Canadian country music. Everybody seemed to know who she was, and she was just like all smiles, just such a good vibe and really good to be around.
Really fun. Like you can tell, like she has like a big career ahead of her. Like she's a go-getter.
Yeah, she's got the personality.
She has the personality
too. You can see it. So I guess we'll jump right into that.
Let's fucking go.
First off, Robyn, congrats.
Thank you.
Exciting. When your name was called, how'd you feel?
I did not expect it. So I was like, oh, schnauzer.
I don't think I've ever heard anyone say schnauzer. But
well, I can't say shit on the radio.
That's okay. We're not radio. We're podcast. We can say whatever you want.
I love podcasts.
Yeah, thank you.
Shit. I'm just kidding. Sorry.
When you won, who was the first person you thought of?
Oh, man, I always think of my parents first. They're really nice to me.
I love that.
Thank you.
I love that. I know you were nominated in 2019. Now winning, how does that feel?
It feels really nice. I did not expect it. I'm shaking a little. I'm like, oh my gosh, what if I didn't thank everybody that I'm supposed to thank? And everyone's just so nice. So yeah, it's great.
Love that. A little off topic. What's a dream venue you would love to play
Budweiser
at?
stage.
Budweiser
I
stage.
already know. I want to play it so bad. So bad.
Any particular reason? I guess hometown show kind of thing?
Yeah. I go there a lot. I've spent many summer nights at Budweiser stage. So I would like to be on the stage.
What's your favorite show you've seen there?
Probably Keith Urban. I've gone to a few Keith Urban shows there. Yeah, he's pretty great.
Love that. If you could tell something to your younger self, what would it be?
Keep going, sweetheart. You're doing great, sweetie.
I feel the mom coming out. Like I hear your mom talking to you right now.
Oh, my mom?
Yeah.
Oh, she's more like, good job. What is that? Music's a career? Wow. She's like, yeah. But like in a good way. She's like, wow, sweet.
You're doing awesome.
Yeah.
I froze there for a second.
That's okay. I do that to people.
It happens. It happens. If there was a movie about your life,
oh God,
who would you want to star as you and why?
Oh, Jennifer Lawrence, because she's just my favorite person ever. Okay. And I think we have somewhat of the same humor.
I can see it. I can see it.
Jennifer Lawrence.
Anything else you want to say to the fans listening or people you want to thank?
Go love yourself, please. Thank you.
Robyn, thank you so much.
You're doing great.
Guys, if you don't know, we are having technical difficulties. This is not easy doing something like this because it's a lot of like chopping, editing. But you just heard from Robyn Ottolini, big winner. She won 2 awards. Next up, we've got Nate Holler. He's a former pal. No, he's not he's a pal.
He's a pal. He came
former
on
guest. Yeah.
A couple months ago.
Yeah, she was one of Georgie's last ones, I feel like.
Yeah.
And him and Georgie were like basically best friends. We talked about music, sandwiches, and I thought he was gonna have a good answer to my sandwich question.
You know what? The question makes it even better, and like it was it just showed how much he was like George again.
Yeah.
I texted George right after being like, oh my God, I feel like I'm listening to you speak again.
Yeah. And he won Album of the Year, Party in the Back. And it's funny because we talked about that album when he was on the podcast too. So
yeah, because it had just gotten released.
Yeah. So great guy, Nate. We love you, buddy. And Nate's coming right up.
Are we going? Hello?
Nate, I'm good. I get this.
Geez, sorry.
It's good to have you. It's good to sit down with you on like a stand-up since last time.
We can sit down if you want. Whatever you want, man.
I want to ask, any good sandwiches you've had recently?
Sandwiches? I'm off the sandwiches these days, dude. I'm on this silly carnivore thing. I've been eating steak and chicken like a freak for the last month.
You know George did that too, eh?
Did he?
George did the carnivore diet.
Dude, I honestly feel so energetic. Look at this. Whoa. See that? I would have done that before when I had a big old club sandwich in my gut, you know?
We still talk about this today. Your podcast episode and the sandwiches, we look back and we talk about it. Literally, anytime we listen to it, we get hungry again, just by listening to it.
Yeah. Well, I'm constantly hungry, so you call me anytime. We'll go. We'll have a shrimp.
How you celebrating this award tonight?
Man, I'm really excited. This is so cool for me. So I don't know. I might have a little, maybe a white wine in a couple minutes here.
A white wine?
Yeah, why not? I don't know. I gotta say something. I think it's gonna be white wine.
What's on the horizon for you this year?
Man, I'm really excited we're going to play some shows all summer. So
Where?
I'm going to Lasso, which will be fun.
Where's Lasso?
In
Quebec.
Montreal. Yeah.
We're gonna be there.
You are?
Most likely.
You just asked me what it was, and now you're
No,
coming?
because I forgot. It's the Quebec version of Boots and Hearts.
Yes. So we're going to that, and then I don't know, Allie. What else? We're doing a bunch of stuff, right? I'm doing that, and I'm just excited to get back writing. Yeah, man, it's a fun night.
Love that dream venue. I think we didn't ask you this last time. Dream venue.
Red Rocks.
Yeah, we did ask.
Did I say Red Rocks?
I think you did because I think we talked about it.
I hope so, because if I didn't say Red Rocks, that'd be weird now.
Before we wrap up, if you can have anybody play, there's a movie about your life. Who would you want to star as you? I think we asked this last time.
Who would I want to star as me? Oh my gosh, I don't know. Someone really, really cool. Oh, Brad Coops would be sick. Except maybe Jonah Hill. I would like Jonah Hill. Imagine he comes in.
Like what kind of Jonah Hill we talking? We talking like Superbad, or are we talking like
no, I want Superbad.
Moneyball, like Moneyball. Moneyball?
Allie says Moneyball. Moneyball. Jonah Hill, Moneyball.
Honest.
How long do I have to look at this thing?
Hey, that's it, buddy.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
We're back again.
Are we gonna say that every time we do this?
I don't know. We'll see what happens.
So that was our boy Nate, our pal Nate. Next up, we had Tim Hicks. He was Male Performer of the Year.
Yes, that is correct.
And Tim's been around for a while. Like I remember hearing about him when I was, in my late teens, early 20s. I remember I think he performed in London while I was there. He's been around, and it's good to see he clearly was a vet in the room and at the awards, especially with a lot of younger people coming through. And I think he's acknowledged that too. And I think it shows in the way he speaks. And, I think the fact that he's still going and still winning awards and doing his thing says a lot about him and his perseverance and his career.
I think it was also nice because there was a lot of people there who have been in the industry. Well, not even there. They didn't come and they won awards. Whereas he stayed true to his roots.
Yeah.
And he even said that when we spoke to him. So I think that's really commendable of him.
Yeah, because he's won some fairly big awards. He's won, I think, a Juno. He's won CMAO Awards. So he's obviously been around for a while. He's done some amazing things. So it's good to see that he still shows up for these events and still has a presence there.
Yeah.
So yeah, Tim, boom, it's your turn.
Yeah. Tim, obviously you've been doing this a long time. What's it still mean to win awards for you now?
It's a little bit like icing on the cake. I was just saying, I had a bit of a moment this year, or a breakdown almost, because I'm 28 years into my professional career, 10 years in.
You don't look it though.
At the national level. Well, I started playing, I was very young. We can talk about that another day. But yeah, man, to be 10 years into a career at the national level and still feel like I'm relevant in some way is really special. And I don't take it for granted. I was kind of half joking. I was out doing some press for it because it's the 10th anniversary of my first record. And we did some morning shows and things, and they said, "Well, what does it mean?" And I said, "Well, it means my 15 minutes is almost up," And like I'm half joking about that, right? It's the entertainment business. So each moment that happens like this is more and more special because you feel like at some point it's not going to be like this. So we really gotta take it in and really just squeeze it for all it's worth, And I love it. It's just so much fun.
I love that. When you won this award, who was the first person you thought of? Or who were the first people you thought of?
Well, my family was right beside me, so I immediately turned to my wife. I mean, she it's like we started dating when we were like 24, so she was in every bar, every dingy, awful place that I played. Where I got was working for $80 for years and years and years. And so to share this whole thing with her and with my band as well, the same guys that we were in the trenches with, is super special.
I love that.
Yeah, people that were there before it all was this.
100%.
And every now and again we look at each other and go, "Can you believe this?
It's
Can
still
you
happening.
believe
Yeah,
this?
it's still happening.
Yeah, like that's really the truth. Like we look at each other and go, "Oh my, how do we even get here?" You know what I mean? So it's a lot of fun.
You've obviously won a lot of awards in your career. What's it like winning an award in your hometown or home province?
Yeah, it's very special. When you're nominated by your peers and voted for by your peers, it means a lot. It's I don't know how else to explain it. It's a really special thing to be on this scene in Ontario. We have a ton of talent. We always did, and we will forever. You know what I mean? Ontario is a powerhouse in terms of creativity and music.
Oh, definitely.
And to just be a part of that scene is really cool.
I love it. If you can give one piece of advice to your younger self, what would it be?
Don't worry so much. I think about that all the time. Like I was and am a worrier. Less now, but less now than ever, right? Because now that I'm an old man. But
not old. Come on.
Old enough. But if I could go back and just tell younger me, like just chill out and enjoy it. And it's such a cliche, like, well, enjoy the climb, enjoy the ride. But it's so true, because it really is that's what it is. Like when you think of, well, what is success? Well, it's enjoying the whole journey of getting where you're going, no matter how it turns out in the end, So that's what I would tell myself.
Love it. Last one. If there was a movie about your life, who would you want to star as you and why? It could be anybody from any point in time.
I've been hearing this for my entire life. Cole Swindell.
Okay.
No, I'm just kidding. Jay Moore. I got Jay Moore a lot when I was younger.
Okay.
But although maybe not now, but Jay Moore in the 90s.
Okay. It could be anyone from any point in time.
There you go.
So you're good.
You're good. Could play me, and it would be awesome.
All right, Tim. Thanks for your time. And
my pleasure.
Again, congrats on the award.
Thank you so much.
And that was our new pal, Tim Hicks.
Tim was great. Next up, we have Elyse Saunders. She won Music Video of the Year. She was great. She was nominated for 2 awards, picked up that one, which is great. She released a single, Famous, earlier this year. And she's been all over kind of Canadian country radio, I guess what you call it, Apple's Canadian country playlist. And she's been all over the place, like doing a lot of shows with some of the other guests we've had on this little segment. So I guess here we go.
Nice to meet you. Elyse, first off, congrats on the award.
Thank you so much.
Who was the first person you thought about when you won?
My parents. Yeah, my family. They've been with me by my side, obviously through the whole journey, but also all the friends and family that have been there and have believed in me from the very beginning. So, but my dad was in the audience, my mom, stepdad. So yeah, I had some support.
I feel like that's a common answer tonight.
Yeah.
Like everyone's saying their family. It's such a wholesome answer too.
I know.
Those are the people
They're the ones that get so excited.
It's so typical of that. What's on the horizon for you this year?
I have brand new music. I have a bunch of shows in the lineup. So go to my website at elysesaunders.com to find out where those are.
I like that proper PR training.
Yeah.
I like that.
And then, recording a bunch of new music. I'm going back and forth between Nashville and home, just writing as much as possible, writing for other artists. I love writing. Expanding the team and just seeing how far we can go with this thing.
I love that. Compared to Nashville to Toronto, where do you feel more inspired?
I feel like Nashville, and I feel like that's such a typical answer in the country music world, but it's really true, is I feel like this is our home, and I love so many things about Canada in general, but Nashville is the hub, and it's like-minded people. It's a community of music creators, and we think alike, we work together. So when I go there, it's just like it makes me want to be better, and it makes me, feel like I'm part of that community, and we can kind of rise together. So it's nice when you can go and you can bring it back to your home in Canada. Yeah.
A couple more. On a scale of 1 to 750,000, how much better is your next single compared to your last single?
1 in 750,000. My next single, well, you know what? I'm proud of my last project. It was the project that lifted me to the point I am now. So I feel super proud of it. I feel like my new music, though, is a new chapter. So I'm super excited about it. I would say, like, the last stuff was like 500,000. We'll say this is 750,000.
I love that. Also, I love how well trained you are at this, eh?
I'm trying.
If there was a movie about your life, who would you want to star as you? Could be anyone from any point in time.
That's an awesome question.
I'm glad because we haven't asked this in a while on the podcast, anyways.
Oh my gosh, who would I want to play me? I feel like, what would be cool is if I could find an up-and-coming actress.
Love that.
To give her a chance. I think that would be super cool and let her shine.
Love that.
Because that's kind of part of my journey. So I'd like someone like that. Someone that's been there and she needs that chance. I would love that. And I'd like to be the one to help pick that.
I love that. If you can give one piece of advice to your younger self, what would it be?
I would say, number one, you have to believe in what you're doing and love what you're doing, and to never let no stop you. You have to just keep pushing through, because you can only be as good as the work you put in, basically. So it's like, it might not be right now, but it can happen down the road, and I'm proof of that. I've been doing this for a long time, and it's just kind of like, you just keep doing what you love, you keep working on your craft, and you keep reaching more and more people. So if you believe in yourself enough, you work hard enough, you can achieve results, but be willing to be in it for the long term. It's not easy. You got to work for it.
I love that. I love that. Thank you for your time, and congratulations again.
Thank you.
Boom, we're back again. Fourth time. This time, this award was interesting because I didn't know that there was French country in Canada.
Yeah, it's actually pretty big.
Yeah, I didn't realize that.
It is pretty big out, especially out eastern Canada, like
PI, Newfoundland, Quebec.
Well, it's even like Eastern Ontario, Quebec's French speaking, obviously, but they do have all the type of music. I actually went to French school, so like we only could listen to French music in like elementary school and high school, like if we were at school. So like we had like rap singers come in, country singers come in. They had to be Francophone.
Wow, that's good.
So Reney, she won Francophone Group of the Year. She was really sweet. Ricky was really trying to force me to talk to her
because that one made sense for Danny.
I could have spoken French to her, but like
we could have had our first French segment of this podcast ever.
You know what? Maybe one day, but I'll need some practice speaking French again.
Isn't it your second language? Like, aren't you good at it?
I used to be great, but like French is one thing. Like if you don't practice speaking Italian or another language,
I don't speak it properly.
Okay, well I can read, write, speak, but not well. Any French person would probably laugh at me.
Okay,
but it's not about me. Let's listen to what she had to say.
Boom.
We good? First off, congratulations. Big award for you.
Thank you so much.
I want to ask, who was the first person you thought about when your name was called?
God.
Okay.
Yeah. My first thought was God, and then it was my family, obviously my kid, Zach, and my crew. Alessandro was my guitarist who's accompanying me today, and everybody that's with me today.
Love that. Love that. How are you celebrating this award tonight?
Gin.
Gin?
Gin.
What's your favorite gin?
Gin soda with a lime. I think this is how I'm going to celebrate this afternoon.
I love that. Now, out of on a scale of 1 to 950, how much better is your new single than your last one?
I can't tell you. I don't know. I think this is like up to the fans, because I always try to make it better every time. And I think as artists, we don't value our stock as much as the fans do. So I don't know. Maybe I can't tell you.
I love that. I love that. Yeah. Last one. If there was a movie about your life, who would you want to star as you? Could be anyone from any point in time.
Michelle Rodriguez.
Oh, wow.
I love her.
That's a good one.
I love her.
That's a good one.
And I'm Yeah.
I can see it too.
Girl fight?
I can see it 100%. I can see it 100%.
I think I've been through like so much in my life that this girl would represent my life so much, and she would really star as Reney Ray. Yeah.
I love that. Last one. Anything else you want to say to the fans listening?
Thank you so much for making a spot for Francophone artists in the country community in Ontario. I appreciate it, and I'm super happy to be a part of you guys. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And again, congratulations. Congratulations.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Okay, that was Reney Ray, the Francophone Group Artist of the Year. Next up, we have Mackenzie, Leigh, Meyer. She was a real big sweetheart. I ended up chatting with...
She was so nice.
Yeah, I ended up chatting with her, her partner, and Graham after in the artist room. And she said, we're going to get her on the podcast.
Yeah, that'd be great. She was really sweet. This was a very controversial, I think, interview between us. I feel like before going into it, I was like, Ricky, don't ask the girls what they're wearing or about their outfits. Like, that's one thing on the red carpet people always complain about. Ricky walks up. She was the second interview we had. First thing he says is, oh my God, I like your fit.
Where's it from? She was wearing orange. Like, clearly the only person wearing orange the entire place. She looked amazing. I liked it. I wanted to know where the fit was from. I thought that was a very fitting question. Apparently it's not, according to Danny. Doing a Q&A at an award show, I feel like it's the easiest question you're allowed to ask.
Have you ever watched an award show before? Like,
yeah, and they
like
always ask, where's the fit from?
Yeah, if you're watching like the Met, because it's about fashion, but like that's a big thing in the industry.
The Grammys, they do it.
That's a big thing in the industry is that girls and women get upset because if you're a male coming into it, you're not going to say, oh, where's your suit from?
They do it. Yeah, they do. Harry
Half the time
Styles.
they don't. Okay, have you, like, my opinion, it's just something we were trying to stay away from. But you know what? She was great and she was so sweet. So you know what? Let's give it a listen.
I like that. I like what she did there.
Well, I love the fit. First off, congratulations. Thank you. Big award for you. Tell us about the fit.
You know what? Thrifted fit.
Really?
Okay, other than the shoes, there was a stint at I worked at Forever 21. That's where the shoes are from. But the whole outfit is literally thrifted in Nashville. And
really?
From
Love that
the
for
same
you.
spot, Buffalo Exchange. I will say, if you've ever been to Nashville, Buffalo Exchange, get all your stuff there.
Are you from Nashville?
I'm not. I'm actually from Hamilton, Ontario.
Oh,
right
hometown.
here.
We love
I know.
this.
So to be receiving this here is been a mind boggle for me.
Amazing.
For sure this evening.
Amazing. When you got the award, who was the first person you thought about when your name was?
My mom. My mom's here tonight, and she's supported me so much in music and helped out a lot with music too, like kind of making sure that I'm still grinding, if you will, which my mom's great at. We're all German gals. We're kind of, forceful a little, but she's been great as a influence and as a push. So
Speaking about influence, who would you say is your biggest inspiration in music?
Ooh, that's really tough. At least in country music, I would say Casey Musgraves. She's my all-time fave. I just think she's such a brilliant lyricist and person. And, I want to be just as cool as her. I think
that's fair. That's fair. Have you ever seen her live?
I have. Every time I try and go, I'm kind of like a hardcore fan
Okay,
girl.
love that. Love that.
I go every time she comes to Canada, which she's American, so it's every once or 2 years, But
100%.
yeah, I've got the chance to see her live.
Love that. What would you say to your younger self right now?
I don't even know what I would say. I think she would be shocked by this and appreciative and so grateful. I'd be like, hey, I know you feel like things are maybe not happening as much as you'd like, but it's gonna happen. So just relax and keep doing your thing. I think that's what I would say.
I love that. Last one. If there was a movie about your life, who would you want to star as you and why?
Oh, that is I've never gotten that question. That is such a tough question. Okay. Oh my goodness. Oh no, I'm so bad at this. I'm so bad at actress and actor names.
Just say someone from a movie or something. Describe them. I'll know who they are.
Oh no, You
can also self-play it.
I love her to death, but I feel like she's too cool for me. Emma Stone.
Oh no, Emma Stone's great.
She's so freaking cool.
Emma Stone, love
maybe,
that.
But I'm happy to have a cool female lead. So
You're just like, I don't even care as long as
I'm like, I don't even care as long as it's Emma Stone. We'll just get a wig on her and
that.
But yeah, Emma Stone. I'm gonna go with that.
Love it. We good? Perfect. Mackenzie, thank you so much.
Welcome back. That was a good one. Mackenzie, you were great. Thank you. Next up, also another great fit. And Danny made me feel bad about asking about outfits, so I didn't ask this next guest. But Karli June had this sparkly sequence, like Britney Spears toxic vibes outfit.
Yeah, she looks stunning.
And I wanted to ask, and Danny made me feel guilty about it. So Karli, I didn't get to ask where your outfit's from, but you looked great. She was nominated for 3 awards. She also performed one of her most recent singles there. We ended up chatting about music. She's a big Shania
Twain fan. You know what? I'm shocked you never even said like, "Oh my god, I'm going. I'm so excited," or anything like that.
See, that's the trick part, because it's not a podcast. It was an interview. So I feel guilty talking about me because I only have 2.5 minutes, 3 minutes. So how do if I talk about me, like, then that takes away like half the time.
Oh, that's great. Self-awareness.
I try. I'm not good at it, but I try. Anyways, we got Karli. Boom.
I can say on this. I've been on that side the whole time, so I don't mind.
This is good.
We'll talk about some things. First off, thanks for standing with me, I guess, chatting with me. I want to ask, who's one of the biggest inspirations in your life musically?
Shania Twain.
Love that.
Yes, I grew up on a dairy farm, and my dad used to blast Shania Twain out in the barn milking the cows, and he would like pitchfork their guitar. And I was like, she's a rock star. And I think especially as a performer.
Are you going to see her in Toronto in 3 weeks?
I'm going to be crossing my fingers I can get there. I don't have tickets yet, so if anyone has tickets.
You can figure it out. I'm sure you can figure it out.
Yeah.
What's one piece of advice you'd give to your younger self?
That's a great question. I think really just write music right from the start that means something to you. That's some of the best advice that's been given to me in my career is if it means something to you, it means something to somebody else. And tell your truth, tell your story.
What's one song that's really meant the most to you?
Of my songs?
Or in general? Actually, give me both.
Yeah.
Your own and then another one.
Of my songs, Makes You Pretty. It's about falling down and getting back up and finding your strength and your weaknesses in life, making you, strong and beautiful. So that song means a lot to me. Other songs that mean a lot to me, I really love Brett Kissel's Tough Times Don't Last.
Okay,
Tough People Do.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's so many songs I could have listed, but that one just comes to my mind.
I love that.
I think being strong and tough is something that's so important in this industry, and it's really hard, to persevere here. And songs like that always just really speak to me.
Love that. What's your dream venue to play at?
The Grand Ole Opry. Yes.
Okay.
I actually visualize it all the time.
Are you manifesting it currently?
Yeah, I'm trying. Yeah, I believe it's going to happen. So I'm just waiting for the day that they call.
Love that. Last one. If there was a movie about your life, who would you want to star as you and why? Could be anyone from any point in time.
Oh, that's a great question. Star as me? Carrie Underwood?
Ooh.
She's done some acting.
100%.
I can see us, being.
Oh, yeah. You want someone who can sing too, right?
Yes, she's got to be able to sing. And yeah, I think that would be that. I don't know if she would do it, but that would be a really
You never know. Last but not least, what's on the horizon for you for the rest of this year?
Well, I have a brand new single coming out this summer. It's a duet with an incredible Ontario country artist, so I'm really super excited about that.
Are they here tonight?
They are here tonight.
Okay.
Yes,
Can you tell soon?
it is a surprise, and it's coming out soon. You will know soon, but really, really excited. And I'm working on my next record right now, so heading back to Nashville and continuing to record, and lots of new music on the way.
Good. Love that. We wish you all the best in the future, and hope to hear from you soon.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. It's so awkward.
And finally, we have a returning Pals guest, Jade Eagleson. He's up next. He's our final one. He got Fan Choice of the Year, actually.
Wow, I was scrambling to find that, and Danny carried that. Because I was just like, this is going to be awkward if you don't know which award he won.
Don't worry, I got it.
Yeah, and Jade, we had him on the pod early 2020. Actually, this is like prime COVID.
It was like pre-me.
Yeah, this is way before you. This is before George and Becca even knew each other.
Yeah.
And he actually performed one of his songs on the podcast. It was the first and only time we ever had someone perform their song on the podcast, which was really cool. I wasn't even a big country fan at the time, so to have him come on and this was really at the rise of his career too, which was super cool. And now to see him win arguably the biggest award of the night is very cool. And he remembered me, not you, I guess. He's like, "Yo, man, how's it going? Good seeing you again." I was like, "Oh man, thanks, Jade."
You know what? As much as those Zoom interviews were hard for you guys, it still shows that it still made an impact on you and on him, and it's a nice feeling. Yeah, and you know what? He's just as nice in person as he was on Skype. It's not a facade. It's not just being that nice guy. He's just genuinely a good-spirited, good-hearted person. And I'm gonna take it back what I said before about you not asking about the outfits, because you guys did talk about his belt. Yes, because he's playing at the Calgary Stampede, and he's the one that brought it up. Yeah.
Thank you. So I guess we can talk about outfits. Jade, we love you, buddy. Congrats on the big win. And I guess he's coming right up.
Jade, finally, it's good to actually meet you in person too.
I know.
We did the Zoom, 3 years ago actually. It was at the beginning of COVID. You just had your kid. Yeah. I think it was like early on. I think you were actually back home in Alberta at the time, weren't you?
Yeah, we're in like Nashville now for 2
Yeah,
years.
yeah.
So
and I know because I messaged you. I was down there last time and I messaged you. I was like, hey, I'm going to be down there. We just missed each other. But it's good to finally meet you. Big award, biggest award of the night. How's it feel?
I wasn't expecting it, so I feel very still messed up in the head about it. It doesn't feel real, you know?
I love it. I love it.
I'm really thankful and grateful to the CMAOs and all the fans that voted. It's pretty awesome.
Amazing. Who was the first person you thought about when you won the award?
My wife and kid at home. It's kind of like them.
It's a good wholesome moment.
Yeah, them like kind of supporting me through this allows me to go out and play these shows and build up a fan base. And it kind of leads to this. So they're at the root of all that, and I'm really thankful to them.
Love it. How do you think your music has changed over the last couple of years? Do you find that it's, now that obviously you have a kid at home, obviously married, do you feel like music's changed a little bit, or are you still staying true to your roots?
I think I'm getting closer to my roots, you know? Like I feel that in the past, like I wouldn't say we played it safe, but I definitely think that like now I'm feeling more like we can go way back into the past with the, the styles of the music. So like we're not afraid of going to the 60s, the 90s, and all that stuff, and pulling from all those types of veins to create these songs. And it's been really exciting.
Love it, love it. What's some shows or what do you got planned for this year that you're excited for?
We got lots of shows coming up. We got the Stampede coming up.
Oh, you're fired! Yeah, you got the belt buckle, yeah.
Buckle on. So we have that coming up, and a few others that I'm just excited for all of them. It's like
amazing, amazing. I think I might have asked you this last time too. What's one piece of advice you'd give to your younger self?
I don't do anything differently because it ends up pretty great.
I love that. I love it. One more quickly. If there was a movie about your life, who would you want to star as you and why?
Brad Pitt. I would want people to think I'm better looking than I actually am.
You're a good looking cat. You're a good looking cat.
You're like, he must have been really good looking back in his prime, you know? And then they'll look me up.
You are in your prime. What are you talking about here? You are in your prime. You are in your prime. Jade, appreciate you taking the time to chat with me. It's a pleasure to actually get to meet you in person.
Likewise,
and how are you celebrating tonight?
I'm going to sleep. I haven't slept in 2 weeks. So.
Oh, it's one of those, eh? One of those? Okay. Anyways, Jade, it's a pleasure, buddy.
Pleasure, man.
We'll be in chat soon, eh? Cheers.
Well, if you made it to the end of this, we genuinely really do appreciate you. We do have no idea if this episode's going to be well received or if it's just going to be a big waste of our time doing all this editing and all this back and forth. But it was different, and it's something that was new to us and unique, and we thought it was a really cool experience. And Danny, I don't know about you, but I think it would be really amazing to do some more of these.
Yeah, I think it was a lot of fun. I think it's definitely like a big learning experience for the both of us. Again, like you said, like we don't know how it's going to all come together. And if it doesn't go well, we can always get better.
Yeah,
so it doesn't really
there's
matter.
only one way to go up. Only one way to go from here, which is up. Yeah. But again, CMAOs, thank you so much for letting us come in there and do our thing. And, we ended up having a couple of drinks too. So we ended up having a really fun time. So CMAOs, Damien, thank you so much. We really appreciate you. If you guys need us to come back again, we can do some random stuff like this because it was fun.
We had a lot of fun. We met like really cool people, got to see people we already like knew. I would definitely do it again.
And one thing before we wrap up, I want to give a big shout out to a random venue in Hamilton, The Mule. We went there for tacos. After everything was all done, we went to Hess Village, and the manager at Gown and Gavel saw us kind of just like lost, and he recommended The Mule. And honestly, some of the best tacos I've had in Ontario. Time. Yeah.
Really shocked by your order, but like mine were great.
Yeah, and it was like fairly cheap too. And I guess one of the managers or servers, Alex, and they was like comping us some free food just because he was like, "You guys, nice people. Thanks for the nice words." So, The Mule in Hamilton. Don't remember where it is. I can't imagine it's hard to find in Hamilton. It's called The Mule, MULE. So, I guess that Danny. Anything else you want to add?
No. That was great.
Yeah. So stay tuned if you like this. We've got some cool episodes coming up. We got Banks and Ranks coming up. We've got our boy Devin and Jesse. That was a fun, creative episode. And we've got a bunch of other things in the works, Sean Chase and some other artists. So stay tuned, subscribe, share us with your friends, and I guess that is it.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for watching, listening.
Okay,
I
that's
don't know, whatever. I'm losing my mind. Thanks, everyone.
Good night or good morning, depending on what time you're listening to this.